everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. My name is Jade. Hope everyone's doing well. You guys, I have been wanting to give you a garden vlog for some time, but we've been so busy with work. And then John and I took a little, hiatus and went away for the weekend, went snowboarding, and I'll see if I could pop in a little video of the ski resort that we went to. It was so beautiful. It was just snowing and cold. It was great. I loved it. We had such a good time. And then what else? And then my daughter and I took a little mother-daughter trip to the city. We went to the ocean to go and hang out in SF, and so that was beautiful. The sunset was, oh my God, beautiful. And then what else? And then, just back to work, doing containers and things like that. Let's see, what have we been doing around the farm? I know we've been doing a lot of things around the farm. I just can't remember what. But I haven't been spending a lot of time in the garden like I want to. We have that wedding coming up in June, and I feel like we really haven't done a lot of things. And then John got that stomach flu yesterday, so he was literally out of commission all day. All day. He was not feeling good. He had the chills. It was horrible. And then someone, because he's been working at job site doing the streetscapes. It's like he has a plant, like 8,000 plants. I mean, he has his crew out there and stuff, but I guess that was going around out there at the job site. So hopefully I don't catch it. Knock on wood. I hope I don't catch it. Because he looked miserable. And I do not want. No, I do not. And I don't like being sick, because when I'm sick, then I feel like nothing gets done. Like the house just turns a wreck and everything. So I wanted to get out here early and show you the frost and the beautiful sunrise and things like that. But on the days that I'm not going to work, I do get up early, but I just get to working. I just get to my chores in the house, and I just get to just doing stuff, And so by the time I finish up my household chores and want to come outside to play, then it's like daylight savings, so it's already starting to get dark. But today I was out here, and I was planting. I was going to give you a garden vlog, but then our guys started coming home, and I started talking to them. So now it's later in the day. It's almost dinner time, and I need to get started on dinner. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to give you this garden vlog, because if I don't, then I'm never going to be able to do it. So hopefully I'll, hurry up and get this garden vlog and show you what's happening in the garden, what's growing, what we've been doing. And yeah, and we do have the skunk. The skunk is back. I think we just have a skunk on the farm. This skunk has been living on this farm, I think, for some time now. And even though we have 5 dogs, yeah, they get sprayed by the skunk. I think they scare the skunk away because, that's 5 dogs. But they do get sprayed by them. Like our Great Pyrenees, the Great Pyrenees, and who else got sprayed? And I want to say the Queensland healer, they both got sprayed pretty good a few days ago. So the smell has been, has dissipated. And our dogs are not inside dogs, they're outside dogs, because they're made to protect the farm. So none of our dogs go into the house. At first, we were going to let little Val come into the house, because we thought, oh my goodness, what if she's freezing cold? But then I see her out here in the morning, and it's frost, and she's swimming in the pond. So, I don't think she's that cold. But the only, I don't know. I'm getting off sidetracked. I don't know why. But I just wanted to give you this garden vlog. I had to make sure I keep an eye on Mira and make sure she doesn't hop the fence. We're working on getting some electric fencing done. But, with everything with work and all that stuff, we just haven't gotten to it. But we will eventually. John's been working on those streetscapes, and it's going to be rainy for like 5 days. I think the forecast said starting Friday we're supposed to have a ton of rain. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So let's just get started with this garden vlog. All right, so let's start off with this garden bed. All right, so over here in this garden bed, this is the garden bed that I had. I did put some spinach right here in the front. I didn't put any netting or anything protective, any of any sort on top of it. And the birds were eating all the spinach and ate the seeds and all kinds of stuff. So I have since amended the soil. And you guys, I don't know why I never had thought about doing this before, but I have this little drill that John got me. for when I do containers, if I'm at job sites or anything like that and I need to plant anything, instead of like digging with my hand or with the tool, I use this little drill. It's, let me grab it, I'll show you. It's right here. So I use this little drill, and I could drill the little holes, and it makes it so easy to mix the fertilizer and all that stuff. So I was out here and I thought, why haven't I used that in the garden beds to, like, you know, amend the soil, to pull out the weeds, because these weeds will get wrapped up around that thing and it'll just rip out all the weeds. I don't know. It might be a game changer for me. I don't know. I'm gonna try it in one of the garden beds and see if it's really something that I could utilize on a regular basis, because if I can, oh, that would be a game changer, because this took seconds. I didn't even have to do much. I just I just worked it into the soil, and it made it so much easier because it was so compact. So this is how this garden bed's doing. I planted some celery. So this is a celery that I picked up from the nursery yesterday, and I popped that in there. And then these are some leftover pansies. These guys right here, those are those pansies. What were they called? Sangria pansies. Oh, those are, I cannot wait, mammoth pansies. I can't wait to see what that's gonna look like. And then we have a bunch of carrots right here. Now, I did not thin them out as much as I should have, because I kind of like the little small carrots, and some of them are ready to be harvested. And I'm gonna make some soup tonight, because since John wasn't feeling well yesterday, like his stomach is not 100%, he literally lost 10 pounds. And that was just from, I mean, he didn't eat anything, and yeah. He was not doing good yesterday. But today, he's like back at work. It was like 24 hours, and now he's back at work. So crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. I told him, let's just take it easy first. Let's just take it easy. Because, you know, you don't want to just go off and start eating a bunch of food after your stomach's gone through that. Ugh. All right, so over here, let me show you what's happening in this garden bed. Over here in this garden bed, nothing's happening. See, I was doing the drilling right over here, because I thought, you know what, when I did it on the other bed, I thought, maybe try it on this bed, because look how a hot mess this bed is. And then I started doing it, and then I thought, oh my goodness, I can make it so fluffy. Look at this. You guys, this is such great soil. So I have been, this is some mushroom compost. There's times where I mix like bag soil in this compost. There's times where I put some of our own manure into this garden bed. I've never had our soil tested ever. And that's always something I might think about in the future, but right now it is so nice. I love it. And every year, John will get me a whole batch of mushroom compost, and I'll go ahead and amend the beds with some mushroom compost. I also do put some slow release fertilizer, and then throughout the season, like throughout the spring season, I do fertilize once a week. You know, I don't really fertilize during the fall season, and there's no reason why. I just never have, and I don't know. I'm wondering if I should. Because I do put a slow release in the soil, and then that's pretty much it. And then I'll, plant my seeds or do whatever. But I don't actually do any type of fertilizing throughout the whole fall, winter growing season. All right, so over here in this garden bed, we have a bunch of turnips. And I don't think this netting is helping at all. Someone mentioned to use some tulle, and I am going to do that. I'm going to go to the fabric shop and pick up some tulle. I just haven't had the time to do that yet. And so a lot of birds ate some seeds and some of the babies of the turnips, but I have been eating a lot of turnips, and I just always wish I planted more. Now we do have a bunch of carrots coming up. What else? I planted some beets. I don't know. We have like one really good one. That's pretty much it. This garden bed, I did have a bunch of carrots. I planted a bunch of carrots and all kinds of stuff, and then the birds came in here, wiped them all out. So then I replanted the seeds, and so now I have some more carrots coming up. But let me give you a really close look as to how this garden bed is looking. I mean, I know those turnips don't look that fantastic, but there's a bunch of babies. Do you see that? There's a baby right there, baby right there. So there's a bunch, and there's some babies right in the back there. I do want to succession sow some more seeds right in these rows, and I know I can still plant some more turnips. And so then there's that one beet right there. I don't know why I don't have a good success planting beets. I have another baby one somewhere right there. Let's see, and then the rest we have some carrots, and I have some baby carrots coming in. You see the baby seedlings? I don't know if we could see that. And a bunch of weeds. Yes, a bunch of weeds. So, but we do have some carrots coming in. I wish I planted more. Now this garden bed is looking really nice. Oopsie daisy. So this garden bed right here, okay, see something's eating on the spinach. I could see it right there. Let me show you. Right there on that spinach right there, I can tell something's eating right around the leaves. You could see that something's been munching on that. I don't know. So that's a bummer. I gotta figure out what's eating the spinach, because I can't have something eating the spinach before we get to eat it. That's a bummer. Look at that. It's really munching on that. So, I don't know. I gotta figure out something else where I could cover this bedding where nothing's gonna get inside. And I do need to come in here and weed the bed. That's the only bad part with having the netting on top, is that it's inconvenient when it comes to weeding, because you have to take it apart, you know, all that stuff. I mean, it's not really that inconvenient, but it is. You know, because if it's not on there, then of course you don't have to move anything. So this is how this garden bed's doing. The spinach is, even though something's eating it, it is looking good. I mean, it's a bummer. Like, wow, they're really taking some good pieces. Look at that. That's a real bit. It's so frustrating, you guys. And I haven't been out here, so I haven't seen this until now. So I didn't realize how bad it was. But I hope we get some spinach. I hope we get to eat some. Now let me give you a close look as to how these peas are doing. They're doing so good. Look at those peas. Do you see that? Look at that. So you can eat the peas like this right now. You could just eat it right fresh off the vine, super sweet. Or you can stir fry with them. Like this size, you could stir fry with them. So good. But this is how the peas are doing. So fantastic. Look at that. I do want to pop in some more because I do have some gaps. Now I did plant some more peas in there, but those stinking birds right in there. So that's how the spinach is doing underneath. I gotta figure out what's eating them. I do have the drip on because the soil was pretty dry. Even though we're gonna have rain, I just wanted to get a little bit moist. And then let me show you what's happening on the other side of the trellis. All right, so over here we have 2 rows of carrots right here that are doing really, really good. And then we have a couple rows of broccoli. We have 1 row right here and then another row on the other side right here. Now the other side is not doing as good as this 1 row, but it's okay. It's okay. I cannot wait to see what this is gonna look like. Now I do see some more little spots here and there that I could go ahead and plant some more broccoli and some more carrots. I could probably just succession sow some more things. And I'm probably gonna do that. And my goal is to definitely start some seeds inside, so that way maybe some more spinach, maybe, I mean, even, they say that you can't transplant spinach, that spinach doesn't like to be transplanted, but I have done it. So I feel like as long as you keep the root ball, you know, nice and tight, but when you put it into the soil, I think you might be okay. But I do want to plant a bunch of seeds inside, like these broccoli, spinach, even some peas and things like that, so they can get a little bit bigger, and then I can just pop them into the garden bed and not have to worry about the birds coming in eating them right away. You know, maybe they just have a fighting chance, and then I'll go and get that tool, and then I'll put that tool on the top, and hopefully that will deter the birds from eating the seeds. I mean, there has to be something, you know, something, netting, obviously, some sort of netting. We'll see. All right, so over here in this garden bed, this is a garden bed where we have the strawberries. I haven't pulled out any strawberries. Look at all these little mounds. You see how the bed's not level because there's voles living in this garden bed. But we still have a bunch of strawberries growing. So I'm gonna take that drill in here, and I wanna amend this garden bed and pull out all these weeds. We do have a ton of green onion in here, but I don't need this much green onion. I do have some green onion in the little garden. That's just enough, you know, we have plenty of that. So that is what's happening with this garden bed. I need to work on it and get it ready for the spring. And mosquitoes are already out, you guys. Mosquitoes are already out, and we're gonna have 5 days of rain. Crazy. Okay, so over here in this garden bed, this is where we have all those Jerusalem artichokes that I have not harvested. I have not harvested any Jerusalem artichokes. So my goodness, next year we're gonna have so much Jerusalem artichokes, it's gonna be nuts. But you guys, I have my first asparagus. Do you see that? Let me zoom in. Let me see if you can see that. Look! Look at that, you guys. My first, I mean, granted it's tiny and it's just one, but it's my first one. And that's exciting because I've never had asparagus grow before. And so I'm so excited. Now I have these little guys right here, these little bushes. And I'm thinking I should just cut those back, you know. I should just like get my snips out here and maybe just cut those back. Maybe that'll encourage this, you know, more asparagus. I'm so excited, you guys. This is so exciting. I hope this whole garden bed is filled with asparagus. And, you know, obviously we have these Jerusalem artichokes, which we need to eat more of. We're not eating enough of these. Maybe we'll have some tonight. I don't know, we'll see. But this is how the garden bed's doing. I know it doesn't look fancy, and I'm gonna definitely plant some annuals in here and just kind of fill up this garden bed and make it look really pretty, because we're gonna have the, you know, the big stalks of those Jerusalem artichokes. It's just gonna look nuts. But yeah, that is what's happening in this garden bed. Is just needs a little TLC. Now you guys, here is the blackberry bush right here. It's doing good. It's doing good. I mean, look at all these shoots. Now there is a raspberry bush intertwined in here, so this blackberry bush is not running solo. It does have a partner in here. I tried to remove the raspberry bush because at one point I had the raspberry bush and the blackberry bush all in one container, and then I thought, you know, I'm gonna separate them, and I did, and I thought I got all of the raspberry out, but I didn't. But this is how it's doing, and there's so many new shoots, and I can see so many new growth. You guys, I hope this is the year. This is gonna be the year. I feel it. I feel that this is gonna be the year where I'm gonna have so many baskets of blackberries. I'm gonna have so many. What if this is like the one bush that is just produces the massive amount of blackberries? Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, so now over here we have our garlic. We have our garlic. And I did at one point have a bunch of spinach that I planted in between some, you know, little seeds, and birds. Birds, yeah. Bunch of birds. You know, I love birds. I love the sound of birds. It sounds like a terrarium out here. It's, you know, they're just whistling all the time. It's beautiful. But when you see a whole flock of these birds eating your seeds and eating your vegetables before you, it's very disappointing. So I'm definitely going to get some sort of netting. I keep saying that, and I keep saying that because I'm going to do it. I need to get some tulle, and I'm going to put the tulle over the top, and I'm not going to have those problems. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I'll go ahead and buy that tulle, place them over the top, oopsie daisy, and then I won't have to succession sow the seeds inside. I'll just have to do my spring seeds. You guys, look at this one. Look at this hellebore. I thought this hellebore died. It was super tiny. The guys popped it out of the container. It just looked like super puny. I cut it back to nothing, and look how cute that is. Isn't that pretty? These are all the hellebores that I've had and I've collected. Now there's a few more out in containers and things like that, but they're so pretty. I love these flowers. These are some of them that I'm gonna put in some containers and things like that, but they're so hardy, you know? I've used them quite a few times. I think there's a couple of them I've had for like 4 years. Like, look at this little one. There's just one. The whole thing, it looked dead. I popped it in here, and this little leaf just popped up. So I know it's still alive. I didn't know if it was going to survive or not. All right, so that is how the garlic is doing. Now, I did have some tomatoes growing on this trellis right here, but I have since cut them back because, you know, obviously they're not doing too well because of the frost, because it's been super cold. All right, so over here is my potatoes. All of my little potatoes. Oh, you guys, I wish I planted potatoes a lot sooner because they are so delicious and they're so easy to grow. And yeah, I just can't say anything bad about them. They taste so delicious, and I'm sure there's certain types that taste different, you know, different flavors. Oh, there's a hummingbird, you guys. Oh, let me get my camera out. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a hummingbird over here. Let me show you this hummingbird. It flew away. There's a hummingbird that has been doing flybys on John and I. So we'll be inside the barn and this hummingbird will just buzz right in front of our face, and it's so crazy. And then Hank's over here wanting all the attention. All right, so that is how the potatoes are doing. So fantastic. I am gonna get some more potatoes, and I'm gonna pot some potatoes in here. And I do wanna try growing some ginger. I think what I'm gonna do when John gets me that some mushroom compost, I'm gonna fill a couple of, just, I have some black plastic containers, and I'm gonna just fill those up with some of that mushroom compost and stick some gingers that I have growing in the inside. They weren't intentional. It was just I had them on the counter and I noticed some little ginger sprouts sprouting up, and I think I'm going to use that and I'm going to pop it into the soil and grow my own ginger. So I love ginger. I use ginger in soups and all kinds of stuff. And then when John was sick, I grated him a bunch of ginger, and I put some lemon and some honey, and I seeped it like a tea. And oh my goodness, it's pretty good. I made it pretty strong, so it's like a cough syrup practically. But yeah, that is how the potato bed is doing. Super good. Oh, you guys, I have to get these weeds. These weeds, they're not too bad. They just come right up. But these ones are so big, and it's been a while since I've been out here. I can't just leave these weeds in here because they're so easy to pull out. All right. I just need to do a whole day of a garden cleanup, you guys. That's what I really need to do. A really busy day. But we're going to get some snow coming up the mountain. And I definitely want to go snowboarding. So garden cleanup's going to have to wait for a little while until snow season is over. Last year, I don't feel we had a really good snow season. We didn't really go snowboarding last year. But the year before that we did. Oh, so I really miss it. All right, so here is the raspberry bush. The raspberry bush, it's growing. I have yet picked, a big basket of raspberries. I've picked off like maybe, I don't know, handful of raspberries. And I cannot wait to get some raspberries. Did I say? Yeah, raspberries. The other one is a blackberry. This one's a raspberry. I've never grown blackberry or raspberries ever, but for blackberries, I've seen them grow so easily by the river, by a little stream, just out in the wild. So I don't know, hopefully I don't have a tough time. But raspberries, I've never seen raspberries grown out in the wild. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this is the year for raspberries as well. We'll see. So let me show you what's happening in the other garden beds. Okay, so over here in this garden bed, this is the garden bed that I need to fix it up a little bit. This is a garden bed that we have some, let me see if I can remember. We have some turnips and some onions. What kind of onions? Let's see, we have turnips, that's right. And I can't find the tag for the onions. So we do have some onions. I believe they might be yellow onions. Right here we have we have 1, 2, 4 rows. No, these are red onions. Sorry, these are red onions. We have 4 rows of red onions that are doing so good. But the turnips, something's eating the tips of the turnips right in here. Yeah, so, we know what it's eating them. I think I know what's eating them. So that is what's happening over here in this garden bed. I do want to plant some more seeds Right in here, I want to plant, I don't know yet what, but because I have this trellis up, this trellis is for tomatoes, and I was looking through the tomato catalog. I mean, not tomato catalog, the Johnny Selected Seed catalog. At first I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to buy any seeds or anything like that. But then I started looking through the catalog, and there's a few varieties that I want to try out. So I don't know, we'll see. If I order them in time, then hopefully we get try out some new seeds. But if not, I'm okay with just, using the seeds that I have. But, getting some new seeds from the catalog is so exciting. So that is what's just happening in this garden bed. I'm hoping to plant some more stuff. And I am going to get on it, and I'm going to start planting some more beautiful flowers, some bulbs, some things like that around the garden to make it really beautiful for that wedding. I mean, I just cannot even wait, you guys. So let me show you. This is one of those little patches that I did that I'm trying to do some gardening. I'm trying to do some, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I wanted to have some beautiful landscape here in the garden. I see all these people that are into gardening, and, that's all they do is gardening. And I want to do that. I want to be into gardening too, like that, and have these beautiful landscape of gardening stuff. And so, John said that this is the garden for me, that I could do whatever I want in this garden because we have irrigation. So I'm going to work on it. I'm going to make this into like a little secret garden. Wouldn't that be so awesome? So right here, these are some leftover plants. So these plants I got when I first started doing landscaping, and bought these grasses and things like that to put in containers, and then they got too big. Oh my goodness, there's just a car driving down the road, and they just got too big to put into other containers. Stop it. They got too big to put in other containers, so I might as well just pop them right here into the garden. So I did. So here's one of them. This is another one. This was left over from a job site, and I didn't know what it was gonna look like, so I thought, I'm gonna pop it in here in the garden and see what it's gonna look like. And it's actually kind of cute, very whimsical. The little things, the little arms just go all over the place. Then I have a euphorbia in the back right over there, and again I popped that out of a container because it got so big, and I didn't know if it was going to survive, and it has. So I thought, I'm just gonna pop it right here into the garden and see how it turns out. So this is my first attempt to having like a little garden. Then, and I say a little garden, I don't even know if that's the right terminology because I'm in the garden right now. So, I don't know, a little perennials, I guess. I want to plant perennials around the garden, I guess that's what you would say. But I did have some leftover pansies, and so I popped in some pansies here. So I cannot wait to see what this little patch is going to look like when it gets nice and full. And, I'm going to kind of spread it out like here and there. So eventually all this is going to be like garden space. I want all around the garden, all around the edge to be all garden space. Like all perennials and beautiful annuals and things like that. Okay, so this garden bit is a hot mess. So this little box is a box. Oh, shoot. Pop that back in there. Whoopsie daisy. This is a little box that I popped in a bunch of strawberries in. I pulled them out from a garden bed. I'm so embarrassed, you guys. The garden is looking just such a hot mess, but this is what happens when you work. This is what happens. This is what happens when you have to work and you really want to garden all day long at home. But, so this is what it's looking like right now. The strawberries are surviving. So I do have a bunch of strawberries like that one I just pulled out. I just need to come in here and snip all this dry stuff up. Like I said, I need to do a really big garden cleanup. And I think this is gonna give us a ton of strawberries next year. I just need to clean up all this dry stuff. How cool is that? And then I have these little my little spillers, but it's not, there's only one. Look at that, I can't just let that hang down like that. It looks silly. So I'm gonna stick that back in there. All right, so that's how this little strawberry patch is doing. Fantastic. I guess strawberry bed is doing fantastic. Okay, so over here in this garden bed, we do have some garlic. So we have some garlic over here. Now, did I say that? Yeah. So over here we have some garlic. Now, I wish I planted more garlic, and I don't feel, it might be too late to plant garlic. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up to see if it's too late to plant garlic. But I might plant some more onion. You can still plant some onion. There's just so many things I want to plant. So right here we have some garlic, and the garlic's doing really good. And then here is the eggplant. Now we had some frost, and so the eggplant did not do good. Like, look at it. It looks so ugly right now. I don't know if it's gonna make it or not, you guys. I don't know. I didn't cover it, you know, or anything like that, because I am gonna plant some more. I'm gonna start some more seeds, some more eggplant seeds. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Everyone tells me that we have a really mild winter, and that there's a lot of things that we can grow, and there's a lot of things that we can winter over. And I know that I should cover things up with some sort of, you know, frost cloth or something like that. But I just thought this is an experiment, because the last eggplants that I had, I didn't cover them. I didn't even know they were going to come back. I literally just cut it down, and I was just going to let the roots decompose into the garden bed. And then the spring came, and all these things, you know, all these leaves started popping up, and it started producing fruit. So then I thought, hey, I'm going to try that again. So yeah, this is my attempt to winter over eggplant. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I should have cut it down to nothing. We'll see. But that's how it's looking. It looks kind of ugly, but whatever. This is the garlic. The garlic's looking fantastic. And I'm going to plant some more stuff in here, and hopefully get some more, I don't know, some more produce. I'll look through all my seeds and see what I could plant and see what we're going to get. I think we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. So I can't wait. I can't wait to start some seeds. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so exciting to see all these beds full of food. It's so fun. All right, you guys, here is the Myers lemon. Now, it looks like I haven't been taking lemons off of it, but I have. And I'm probably going to take some more lemons off of it for tonight, because I need it for the soup. I have, but it's like, you know, you don't want to. I don't want to take it off. I've been waiting for this little tree to give me some lemons for so long that I'm going to be so sad when they go. Because I didn't, you know, for a long time I was thinking, is this an ornamental tree? Like, why isn't it giving me any kind of lemons? Okay, so here we have some yellow onions. We have a bunch of yellow onions. Now, I did plant some baby greens, and we know what happened to the baby greens. Okay, so when I say I plant some seeds and you don't see anything popping up, it's because birds ate them. Birds ate them. That's what happened. And that's such a bummer, you guys. It's so disappointing. It is so disappointing when you see little babies popping up, and then the next day, no babies. So frustrating. But we do have some onions, and the onions are looking really fantastic. They're looking great. We have, let's see how many rows. 1, 2, 3. 3 rows of yellow onions that are looking fantastic. Now over here, we do have some carrots popping up, and I can see a bunch of little carrots popping up. Let me give you a really close look as to how these little carrots are doing. Let's see here. Do you see that? They're getting there. They're getting there. It's coming springtime. Look at these two. These are the only 2 good dogs that can come into the garden. All the rest will jump into the garden beds. All right, so now I did plant something in here, but nothing's coming up. I believe it was spinach. And then we have some yellow onions right in there. So that's looking fantastic. Now over here, this is the peppers. So I tried to winter over peppers as well. Do I think they're gonna winter over? No, I don't think so. I think these guys are dead. The brown ones. Obviously, the green ones maybe, but the brown ones are definitely not doing well at all. I think those ones are dead. So I'm probably gonna pull those ones out, and I am gonna start some more pepper seeds, and maybe next year I'll dig them out and I'll put them inside or something like that. So that way I don't have to continue to, you know, plant the seeds. But I don't know, maybe these might grow. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. It's a test. It's a test to see if it's gonna, you know, what's gonna happen. Because I am a beginner gardener. I still consider myself a beginner gardener, even though, you know, we've planted many seeds. All right. Now we have our last garden bed that I do not have anything planted in that garden bed, and I cannot wait to start planting some seeds and get some seeds in there. I do need to pick up all these shovels. I have so many. I just was walking around the garden and noticed how many things I have grow, you know, like tools that I need to put away before the rain. All right, so over here we have this little wheelbarrow that's pretty empty. Now I did have some dill, but we do have some parsley, and I have been harvesting this parsley and again putting it in soups and things like that. So that is how, and these are all of my perennials and stuff that I've separated, stuff that I've brought home from job sites, things that I just cannot get rid of, like this one. So many things. Oh, look at this one. This one is another little wheelbarrow that I planted some romaine lettuce right here. We have, I believe these are beets or something like that, and you could eat the leaves as a lettuce. So that we could definitely have a little salad tonight. So that's like, isn't that so cute? It looks so stinking cute. So that is what is happening in the big garden. This might be a long video, you guys, because it's been a long time since I've given you a garden vlog. So that is what's happening. And then I got my catalog for chickens. So I cannot wait to go and pick out all of the baby chicks because I want to up my flock of chickens. Oh, let me show you this one other little patch of garden space right here. See? Look at this little area. So this little area, I had a rose. I bought a a rose bush right here, and then I planted some little pansies around it, some pansies and some penny violas, just some leftover stuff from the job site. My goodness, look at these guys. They're just playing. They're just playing. All right, so what else is happening? So that is what's happening right there. And then, like I said, I got the chicken catalog, so we could go ahead and start looking into some more chickens, because I do want to up my flock, because I ran out of eggs. I couldn't believe I gave so many eggs away that I ran out of eggs. So that's not going to happen again. I'm not going to do that again. Right now our chickens some of them are out and about and some of them are inside. Mira's been sleeping with the chickens at night, which is a good thing. And then right over here, John put some grass seed down, and we have grass. We've never had grass out here. So this is so exciting. I cannot wait to walk on this one grassy area. So awesome. And the dogs have been really good. They don't poop on the grass. They realize that this is our only grassy area, so they poop far, especially Hank. Hank poops the farthest from the property, like as far as he can go, and that's what I want our dogs to do. I don't want them to go do their business over here. So that's how everything's doing. Let me show you the pond. Look at that. It's so full, and it's gonna get even fuller. Our two little ducks right there. Do you see them? Two little ducks. They're doing so good. I don't know, you never know. They might have babies in the spring too, we'll see. I don't know where their nest is at, but they stay out here, you know, all day. And then our little bridge right there. We have our pomegranates right in the back there. But let me show you what's happening in the little garden, you guys. Tulips. Tulips is what's happening. We have so many tulips popping up, and I'm so excited because I popped in 100 tulips in there, 50 on each side. And I think that's just gonna look so beautiful. Oh my goodness, I hope the ranunculus come up. I've been just like kind of sprinkling seeds in there all over the place, and I see so many little seedlings popping up, and so I am so excited. I cannot wait to see what this little garden is gonna look like come spring. I hope it's just like so thick with flowers. That's just gonna be so amazing. Now it's looking a little rough because, you know, it is winter time, and I do need to do some cleaning in here, but let me show you all the little tulips that are popping up. All right, so do you see all the little tulips? Look at that. I cannot even wait to see how this is gonna look. This is gonna look so beautiful to have so many tulips. I mean, it's just gonna look so beautiful. And then right over here, I already have some little seedlings popping up. Do you see all those little seedlings? I just kind of been sprinkling seeds like flower seeds all in this area in hopes that it's all going to be just flourishing with all kinds of seeds. And then over there we have some eggplant, and that's the eggplant that I wintered over last year. And then right there, that little tuft is some green onion. And then on this side we have a bunch of tulips as well. We have them right there. There's like a bunch of them. Right there. There's a couple of them in the front right there. So many. I cannot wait to see how beautiful that's going to look with all those tulips. And then over here in the back, we have ranunculus on both sides. Now, I've already seen ranunculus at the nursery, and it could be because they've grown, you know, they grow them inside in a greenhouse. So I cannot wait to come spring to see if those ranunculus are going to pop up. It's going to be so beautiful. So yeah, so that is what's happening over there inside the little garden. So many things. And then yeah, we just got to clean up a lot of stuff. Always cleaning up things. So that is what's happening on the farm. Everything's doing really well. Oh, let me give you a glimpse as to what Bella's stall looks like. It's just all cleaned out. You know, I just need to come through her outside area and kind of rake it up a little bit, because yeah, just like through here, I just had to rake up this whole little area and clean it up. And we do need to add some wood chips in this stall right here. And this is some old roofing material that we need to remove. But yeah, so many things, you guys. It's so crazy. Coming out here to not see her, like, it's crazy. Because I had her for so long, and to walk out into this field and to see so many little tufts of grass, like this little area right here, this would not be here if Bella was here. None of the green. No green would be here if Bella was here. So, whew, this spring is going to be nuts. The grass is going to be tall. But maybe if we have those goats, maybe we won't have that problem. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hopefully you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, sweetie, say hi. Say hi, YouTube.
What's happening?
Let's take a picture. Hi.
Peace. Peace on the Middle East.